Councillors should disclose pecuniary and non-pecuniary interests in items on this agenda. Item number 3, public question time.
Yes, item 15. I know it's in exclusion, Kirby Road, but I was under the impression that Kirby Road was completed in December
You were under the
2021.
correct impression, yeah.
So because it's now back on the agenda, saying potential legal action, I know you're probably going to say you can't discuss what it's about, but surely you should be telling us what financial implications this is going to cost
So
us.
with it being a planning, and it is, as you say, it's in exclusions, we don't know at this point whether there will be a financial impact, but we can report once we know further, once the decision's been made.
So when will that
Presumably after
information
a
become-
decision's been made today.
Yeah.
So we'll put it on the next meeting.
Right. Thank you.
More questions? Very quiet.
When's the next meeting?
Next month. Right, we'll move on to item 4 if there's no more questions. Minutes to receive and approve the minutes for the meeting held on the 4th of August 2022. Second here. Subcommittees, so that's a finance subcommittee, and they held on the 18th of August. Payment of accounts for August 2022. Over, seconder.
Yeah.
Thank you. Budget update, item 7, Alan.
Just confirm, Madam Chair, for the first quarter, the council was over budget. Should be 25%, but was 33%. But there was a lot of payments made in that first quarter, things like the video work at Play World and Sandygate, and of course we paid the insurance for the year, so that from loads to spend. The income was above budget, which is good at 48%.
And I think it's clear from, am I okay to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's clear from what you've got that impression from us tonight. We are in not the best of states. The reserves, we're okay. The reserves are much lower than I think we want it to be. As I mentioned in my first meeting that I chaired, we have things that are coming through as suggestions or improvements or repairs that need doing that were never in the budget, and you don't need to be an accountant to work out if you've got stuff that you didn't budget for, you're not going to have enough money for it. So we are in a bad position. I would preferably like to be where we had in reserves, what, 3 years ago, like £500,000. I think we've got 200 and pardon.
Total that we've got at the moment, grand total is
That's what in reserves.
1,186,000. But that's
If you've had a precept onto it, we haven't got that money. If you have the precept.
we've got 802,000 in reserves. We've got a working capital of
Alan, can you confirm how much we've got in reserves? We've been emailing about this all week.
In the reserves, in the CCLA, there's £467,000. Plus we have in balances, but what's in balances? That's the regular day-to-day spend.
So we've got, what's got to come out of this money, Jim, is finance, all this
I
staffing
understand
costs.
that. I understand the preset of September, which should keep us going.
Just got it, which will keep us running,
31st of
but
March.
it doesn't keep us for resurfacing paths
I
and
understand
parking
that.
freezers.
And what we said was we'd have to, if we did that, we would have to look at taking it out of reserves.
This is what we're saying. when
So that's
we've got
exactly what I'm
reserves,
saying.
They're going to be lower than what we.
If you
we
take it out of your
wanted.
reserves, you're not going to have as much reserves as what you should have.
We've got 182,000 from Saul, which is £250,000 of that.
Right, That's in with these reserves.
Do you know last
That's all,
year,
that's in with these.
in the last financial year, this council spent £109,000 on legal fees. Of those fees, £80,000 went to the solicitors that we pay for that Saul's one financial year, £80,000.
And we got £182,000 back when we settled
So
with
you
Saul.
should, so knock it off that on.
So we've got
Not 100,000 off, and we've got,
So we're improved.
We've already spent
and then he wants, we've got the
70 grand for resurfacing paths.
So just
fridge
Fridges.
freezers,
Yeah,
Heating.
floor heating, all this stuff that we've kicked down the road for the last couple of years.
No,
And
we're
all of a
kicking
sudden
down
they
the
need
road.
the
It's
ones
a legacy
going
that we
down.
left on.
We've got no
If it's a
reserves.
legacy,
If it
was a legacy, why,
25-year-old, that freeze.
who's chairing this meeting?
We're not
So why haven't you
disputing
fixed
that.
it in the last 2 years?
What's she on about?
No more spending, councils put caps on the spending.
It's a bit late now.
And we did that, what,
We done it.
December, January?
You're right.
And I'm sure that it was stated that essential
Then
maintenance was.
they're talking about something different, because that happened after I was elected in December. They're saying the year before we put a cap on spending, I don't remember that.
Year
Yes, that's
before.
Yeah,
How did you know?
yeah, Wolseley voted on that.
Oh,
Oh.
no, don't blame on somebody that's not sat in.
Anyway, thank you for the update, Alan. We'll move on.
I think people understand what we're on about.
Yeah, they do. They don't understand here anyway.
Yeah. I know you said no more questions, but
I'm
why
sorry.
don't we charge them on bonfire night an entrance fee to bring some money in?
I think we can put that forward as a suggestion, but it'd have to go up next legislature and rep.
I think we mentioned that before, due to the way, yeah, the number of entrances and that, it's not viable.
I know we've been questioned, but are we any further with this forensic audit?
So the forensic, so the audit that we asked for,
It was.
so the accountant that's doing the audit that we've asked for, so she's got the questions from myself, Maxine, and any other councillors were asked if they want to put anything forward. She's now got all the information that she requires, plus more than we ever thought she would need. She's got every bank statement that the council has had for the last 3 years. She's got every receipt. She's got, well, there's nothing that she hasn't got.
What
Right,
about when
so-
tills are turned up on a 4 o'clock?
So at this point, she's now reviewing everything she's got. So she's got everything. Now she's going to go away and look at it. Obviously, we're not her only client, so she's got time to do that. But for me, she's taking her time to get the right information. I'm quite comfortable with that.
How much is she costing then?
We're expecting low thousands,
How much?
low thousands
What, low thousands in 10 or 5? or-
In the single.
in the singles, so less than 10.
Less than 10.
What's the implications then if she does an audit?
Yeah, we're going to have to move on. Sorry.
What's the implications?
Sorry, we're not taking any more questions. We're outside of public questions, sorry. We need to move on. Next one is grant request. No, it's grant request, question 8.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, yeah, Springfield Allotment Community Club have asked for a grant of £500 to assist with their overheads. Things like the insurance, gas bottles, compost, and garden equipment. Just to make the committee aware, this club already, the council has already waived their allotment fees for the year, which is £50. And normally you would give a grant in the region of £250 to £300, but you can give 500. It's perfectly lawful if you wish to do that, but it's up to the committee, Madam Chair.
I think we have to be careful. Can you go through the chair, please? No one's not chairing this meeting.
Yeah.
Can you just show me a bit of respect, please?
Yeah.
When?
If we normally give between two, I get, it's a great cause, but if we set a precedent of giving £500, we might be in a position where we have to keep giving these £500. At this moment, I think if I propose 250, it really reluctantly, what we've got, we haven't got it. So I think 250. Second it.
Yeah.
Can you ask what we paid them last year?
It's just a waiving the fees. What was that?
But we did give them a grant, didn't we, towards the insurance and everything last year, the year before.
Year before, I think, year before, it's a couple of years ago, it's a while ago now, yeah.
Chair, it's not about we have waived fees for a lot of things in community. They don't charge anything to these, kids and that get onto the site. You know what I mean? So why can't we give them the 500?
Yeah.
No way.
I think we will.
With no money.
Yeah, we have got regions of 10,000 in grants funding for this year.
But that 10,000 is not gonna go far if we keep giving
Yeah,
everyone
I understand that,
£500.
but we've only got 5, 6 months to go. haven't
But we don't know what else is gonna come up with. We're literally in, can you just move to order, please? We're coming into a position now where there's a cost of living crisis, and I get that is a great thing, and I'm really reluctantly saying we have to breathe in slower, but we don't know what else is gonna come out, and we don't know how we're gonna have to support our community. And I think at this point, if we can offer them £250, I think they'd be happy with it.
Yeah.
We have to think what else is gonna come along for them grants.
Yeah.
Chair, there was a proposal, so. Can we
Can we vote on it, please? All in favour?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, item 9, this is Warm Banks, this is one for me, and again, you know, this is why I'm a little bit reluctant with the other stuff is a lot of councils and libraries and some businesses are offering spaces within their buildings to for people to come and spend some time, have a cup of tea, not be at home and put the heating on. I'm sure we can do something that doesn't feel as clinical as it sounds. I'm trying to think of the right words here, but I think this is to agree in principle, and then we set Shan and Harriet on to have a look at, you know, some suggestions of what we could do. There's all sorts of things we could do or whatever. But if they can come up with some ideas for us and bring it back, but we have to do something. We're in a massive crisis. We have to support our community.
I think councils are doing it as well. It's a good idea. I mean, the conventional games and cards and things to do, it's not going to cost much for tea and coffee and a biscuit, and you know, for them to stop, you know, well, heating's on anyway.
I mean, that back room's red hot. That used to be
Our
fun,
heating
wasn't
on
it?
the
It's
roof,
awful
making
in there,
it
isn't it? So I think we can offer it out and just look at what else we've got within our, you know, our buildings and stuff, and let the girls come up with something.
You won't need the heating on as much as what you think.
Yeah, when you've got more people in the room, it's like
Yeah,
it was cold when we first
yeah.
come in, yeah.
You won't need it, and it's surprising if you do it like that, because I've tried it over years doing different things, and you don't need as much heating on, and obviously it's not going to cost as much.
No.
And
I think it's a no-brainer that we do it. It's
Yes,
just let's
it
think of
is.
some ways to make it
Yeah.
also a little bit nice.
How would we advertise that then?
So I think we could share it such as, I can't see Helen anymore, she gone. So we can ask some of our groups, like the community groups, Helen, the food banks, Maxine's got her nursery thing, so we can share it around, and Facebook, word of mouth. We can ask, you know, if mention it to the doctors, surgeries, that sort of thing, and if they think anyone's struggling, we could also share it through schools as well. I mean, I know it's going to be mainly during the day, but
About the like citizen house, that sort of places.
yeah, all them. I think
Together
within
housing.
our community, I think we're pretty good at spreading information when there's something
Yeah.
available.
It-
So.
it's just
So we're gonna, I'll propose it and if second it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
all in favour?
Yeah.
Look into making soaps and stuff with that.
yeah, that's what.
Let's see what the
Don's
co-
saying, next up, so get some of Scott's special
That's
broth
what-
going.
that's what
I was
I
going to
think.
say, yeah, you can do some nice,
Yeah.
Coming in the wall. we'll do the-
Yeah, just chat and things,
I think it'd be lovely, mate.
and a bit of company for people as well.
yeah, it will, yeah,
Schools, things like that.
that's all they need, you know.
I'll be back. Next one then, energy costs, Alan, sorry, item 10, got energy costs. Quick update on this one, I think we are in a pretty good position here, aren't we?
Yeah, the contracts the council has are locked in. All contracts for utilities, gas and electric do have clauses that allow the utility firms to, with a month's notice, increase the charges, but the customer, i.e. the council, then has the option to go elsewhere. That's only happened once thus far in the past few months from Total. And their increase was just 10%. I went to the broker, and actually the broker said snap the hand off, because 10% increase actually isn't too bad. So that's where we are now. If any more companies do the same thing and start getting silly with the increases, you know, 100, 200%, the government now have brought in the energy bill relief scheme, which starts on 1st of October and ends at 31st of March. So if we need to qualify, we do qualify in the sense that we can we do qualify for it, but at the moment, we're not hard up enough for it, we're not paying those high enough bills to be able to reach the limit, so provided we stay as we are, we're fine. If they do up the bills, we would qualify for the government's energy bill relief scheme, assuming they don't change it, by the way.
Thank you. Any questions on that?
Then we have to look into it later, that one, won't we?
Next one then, number 11 is, item 11 is water dispensers. So this is procurement of cold water dispensers for the community centre and the cafe bar. I think these were removed. This is not the cafe bar as such. This is so we've got the workers down there have got access to cold water when the cafe is shut. I think we're looking at in the region of a couple of £1,000 a year, which in light of what we're saying about money, but
Yeah.
this is the reason I put this on is at the water park. If the cafe bar is shut, my understanding is from the staff that they've got no access to water. So we need a way for them to access water.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, we need to scrap the water dispensers, it costs money. And if you get a cost of Alan, how much it cost us before to have water in, you can get from warehouse, it works out 20 odd pence a bottle. You know, I'm sure that's not.
I'm asking for water.
to-
I'm asking for water for staff.
Extra dispensers though, they cost money, don't they?
What we have to look into is potentially
Shall we get the prices there?
the prices.
Can't we just get some prices of what it's gonna cost for water, bottled water? And I mean, that's why we stopped it and had bottled waters in meetings. I think even tap water we have
They can't
downstairs.
access- when-
There's no access for them to get a drink.
They can't get in.
when it's
get
closed.
in. So I mean, all through that summer, they didn't have access to water.
We're gonna come, what's it close to it, somewhere, why is it open while we're doing?
But this is the
Right.
staff
This
want
is our-
access to cold water. That's what it is, as simple as.
Yeah, they've got a canteen though, they've got a canteen, that lobster that park. Yes, they'll have this.
That's what I'm asking. What I'm asking for is water for them. Yeah. I'm just asking for staff to get water. It's a
Yeah,
basic human right.
I'm not saying, don't give them water,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Let's
What
look
I'm
at other
saying is,
options.
let's look at
Let's
the
work
cheaper
out.
options. You're saying we're in dire and this, that, and other, so we need to look cheaper than water dispensers, they're
I'm not
expensive.
disagreeing.
They work out
I'm
expensive.
not disagreeing. We could look at filter taps, we could look at anything.
Yeah.
Just work out and get cold water for them lads down there.
They don't work out that expensive if they're used properly. Does it?
Toilet, washing facilities.
So item 12. Exclusion of pest
She's
and
right,
complex.
in what she's saying though.
That's why I've put it on the agenda.
I know, because, yeah, and like she's just